Alright, hello Melon Keeper fans and Melon Keeper Gold fans. In this video, I'm just going to do a commentary and analysis of my most recent Stranded Isle personal best, PB. This is a run that I'm really proud of, that I think I had to learn a lot to get here. I've played like 30 hours of SI this year, and that's like more than an hour a day because it's the 24th of January. And it's been great because in 2023 I on and off played this game quite a lot, and I never got the sub 5 that I wanted. I had sub 5 already in 2022, but I wanted to get another sub 5, and I guess my heart wasn't in it, and that's why I never got it. That's I guess the logic we're going with. But this year, I decided to keep on with SI and start playing it again. And I think seeing Armin grind the game was sort of a you know, solidarity, and I wanted to join him on that quest. And I got a few sub 5. I got 3, I think, before this one. And I was really happy that even though the runs were not that great, they were like 458, 459, 459, I think. They were not the fastest sub 5s, and that none of them were PBs. I was really happy that I was still able to play SI well, despite having struggled through 2023 to really like put my heart into it. So let's talk about what's changed since my first sub 5. I'm no longer single instancing. This one was on Speedcraft, and I've got the 8 instance wall. This allows me to find seeds faster. I don't need to explain that though. And yeah, I think we can start watching the video. Knowing that is like the main like first thing that jumps out to me is the wall that I'm using. Still playing on controller. I decided on this seed because in some of my other runs, I was really struggling with wood collecting. So I saw this seed as like a forest with a ladder. I was like, okay, I might get fewer zombie spawns because of the forest, but maybe I can kind of dig to open up that space more so that zombies can still spawn, while it'll make collecting the wood a lot easier because it won't, bounce everywhere and it's not like spread out at all. So that was my logic for picking this seed. I know this seed is not great at a first glance, but I think a lot of people, I think you should run this. Like looking at the 8 things on my screen, I think you should give this seed a try, right? Like it's not perfect, but it's perfectly like serviceable. Um, Immediately I'm thinking, okay, I want to go down because I don't want to aggro this zombie. Even if I did aggro the zombie, it's possible that I would be able to get the wood and mine into the cave fast enough to not die. I've had a few runs where I start off by taking like a little bit of damage, but I manage to get into the cave, and that is discouraging to like right at the start of the run take all that damage, but it is fine. Like as long as you're not dying later on in the run, which like most people are not going to be when they're like at that level. Like if you're dying to zombies, it's usually like and it's uncommon. It's a rare circumstance. And so I was able to escape the zombie. I don't think one thing I've been integrating into my runs recently is like if there's a good opportunity to do it, I like to plunge because plunging on a controller for me is easier than doing the one frame place. But if I fail the plunge, there's 2 ways to fail. There's the way you fail where you place the bench but you don't hit the tree. Well, that's just a normal base bench place. And if I fail the way where you don't place the bench, I usually go for the one frame place after that. So it's like a risk reward thing where like I'm risking accidentally pressing early and like missing, but it gives me two opportunities to save the stamina because the first plunge is the opportunity, and if failing that, like roughly 50% of the time, I'm going to be able to get another chance to do the one frame place. It's not that it's necessarily hard to press a button for one frame on a controller. I can do it reasonably consistently. It just feels a little uncomfortable because SI is a game where I hold down the button most of the time. My thumb is sort of like not used to doing all of that action. Like when I mash with my pointer finger, my index finger. I don't mash with my thumb. So my thumb, which is what I use to place the bench, it's kind of, yeah, it's just kind of awkward. So I try not to do that. In this case, I think that probably was an attempted one frame place. I can't say for sure because I don't remember, but I would guess that I probably tried. Um, my other sub fives, I don't think I was trying the one frame place, but yeah. Um, and so we dig in here. I know Ellie screamed at me about this. I should go into the ladder earlier, and I've been taking that on board. It's not a huge difference between doing it like on the third stone compared to doing it on the first or second. But there's no good reason for me to wait, right? I should have just done it on the third stone. And also I should be focusing on getting the cardinal directions instead of going for the corner here. One thing that nobody pointed out, I'm sure everyone saw it, but just didn't think it was important. But one thing is I did whiff a couple hits there. I've reset runs over that because when I do it, it just feels like that I'm an idiot. I should reset. This is a bad run. Um, because I guess in my mind, like whiffing stuff that early on is indicative of the execution for the rest of the run. So I guess I'm really glad that I didn't reset here, and I think it's something to learn mentality wise, is like actually it's okay to like make those mistakes. You just need to keep going. As if the mistake isn't costing you like 10 seconds, then you're probably still able to sub 5. In fact, if the mistake did cost me 10 seconds, it would be a 4:57. So, like, it's worth sticking with runs that have mistakes as long as they're not, like, catastrophic. Like, crafting a wooden axe is catastrophic. Don't stick with that. But, like, whiffing a couple hits, it feels bad, it feels silly, but it's actually okay. I'm laddering a lot here. It's fine. I'm keeping EBM. It's fine. I stone bench in the cave. This is something that I only started doing, you know, a couple days before this run, maybe like the day before. I knew it was good because Ellie kept saying so, but it's one of those things that like it took adapting my muscle memory because I'm so used to just closing the bench and immediately placing the next one. It's really good to do though. There's been a lot of runs I've had since this, and including this, where crafting the stone bench early, or not crafting it, sorry, placing the stone bench in the cave helped me get some ichor. So it's definitely a good thing to do. And yeah, I mean, this cave sucks, right? Like, most of it is gold. It's not completely unsalvageable, but this is a frustrating cave to work with. I'm really not, like, keen on that. I should have shoveled there. I've been trying to, like, get into the habit of shoveling more during the intermediary between tasks because, like, it's easy to do. It just takes a change in mentality because the reason I didn't do it the whole time is because the reason I didn't do it the whole time is because I was scared of like mining this, like shoveling the sand and then having to go back to get the sand, which would distract me from what I was actually meant to be doing. But you just have to use your judgment on, like, if the sand flies like really far away, you have to make your own judgment on whether or not that's good. Is there more sand that you can shovel on the way to it? Is there like a gem that you can dig or something like that? Is there a zombie? All of this stuff. I mean, if there's a zombie, you should be going to the zombie. That's like a no-brainer. But yeah, I just think like you need to be comfortable shoveling the sand to implement it more. And I've been getting more and more comfortable with how I route my sand collection and stuff, that I'm able to fit more shoveling in the run. And I'm not going to comment on this forest mining. Like, people criticize people. I don't know. Ellie specifically criticized this, and I agree that it's bad, but I was playing under the mentality that, like, I'm not good at tree collecting, which is true. I'm practicing it though. Like, I am trying to push myself to do the correct thing rather than the easy thing. So I'm not going to blame myself for the mentality where I was at, and yeah, these zombies are really lucky. It took 19 zombies to get 26 ichor. That's like really good luck. I think the best luck in a sub 5 was 18. So 16's really good. Or sorry, 16's absurdly good. 19's really good. And yeah, this cave's just bad. Like, I should have, yeah, I mean, Ellie pointed this out. I should have just taken the stone and not mined the iron, but the idea was there. I should have been mining iron closer to the ladder instead of mining it while I was up here. I should have killed these zombies and then just shoveled sand back to the ladder, because I could have used this iron that I was collecting here. If I collected it closer to the ladder, first of all, it would have freed up space close to the ladder, because there is an iron ore that's kind of blocking the way in front of the ladder, and it also would have allowed me to reset more, which in this run I didn't really need to do because of how lucky the zombies were, but you know, you can't assume that. And again, like, okay, I'll take the criticism here. Mining all of that wood so early on was bad, because I could have gotten this zombie if I still had wood to do. So I'm trying to keep that in mind also, that like doing wood all at once is usually bad. I'm trying to resist when I see a zombie like immediately going to it, because sometimes it's not worth it. Sometimes it's more important to keep EBM and go back to the ladder than it is to, you know, go off and kill more zombies. And you can get really distracted from the rest of the game, because in my mind, zombies are so important that I should always prioritize them. But there are times where you have to pick those battles. And I've gotten better at that as well. And then here's like the unlucky part. I'm gonna like reset here and get these gems, but the core part is, first of all, I'm not getting EBM because I'm not shoveling between them. I will be shoveling between them here and there, but I think the thing is I'm doing too much shoveling. I should be shoveling like a path to the gem, mining the gem, and then shoveling another path back to the ladder. And that way I'm not shoveling all of my opportunities to maintain EBM all at once. So that's a little flaw in this segment here, but I won't beat myself up too much about it, because who could have predicted that I would have gotten Forgeamore? And that's another reason why you should prioritize doing gems before iron and stuff like that. It's not always the right play, but doing gems early on is really good, because you don't know if you're going to get 4 or not, and it can really affect the way you play. Like, I'm not saying to abandon every Forgeamore run. I don't think you should. I didn't abandon this one, but it's really like playstyle changing when you get Forgeamore. Like, it really disrupts the entire way that you plan like future stuff. So yeah, I would really pay attention to that. And there I remembered the stone. I'm so glad that I did. I mean, there are so many runs that have ended, not specifically my runs, but also sometimes my runs, but there's so many runs in general in SI that have ended because of like stupid bullshit like that. And then yeah, here's the Forgeamore. The menuing's not terrible. It's pretty bad. Like, okay, I started menuing Let's see. I started menuing at where is it? 428, and this is a 447. So that was a 19-second end menu, not including like there is a zombie I collected, but that didn't take long. Let's just call it a 19-second end menu. That's bad. That's a slow end menu. But I am nerfed by controller. I think I need to change my control scheme to make menuing more ergonomic. I think I need to practice it more as well because like I can definitely be doing better than this. This is a shoddy end menu. But I don't beat myself up too much about it. It's just one of the limitations of not breaking my wrists to play this game. Um, yeah, it's a little bit of a shame, but it's fine. And then luckily the water was there. I don't think I knew that. I mean, I saw the sand, so I guess I knew that. But like ahead of time, when I went to the left to put the factory down, I don't think I knew that there was water waiting for me. So thank God it was there. That's just another aspect of luck in this run. And yeah, thanks for watching. That was my C&A on Stranded Isle. I think it's really quite a cool run. I'm yeah, I'm really glad I got it. I'm not done. Like this is a Forge more. I want to go for a sub 440. Whether or not that ends up like beating Armin, I don't know because Armin's still playing the game. But yeah, like my goal is 430x, and we'll see how it goes from there. I have a strong suspicion that I won't be done with SI for a long, long time though.